Hello and welcome to the Gamepodular Twitch channel. I am your host Hilka, and joining me today is my co-host Scott. How you doing today?
I'm pretty good. It is nighttime. Not feeling hollow at the moment though, so that's good.
Glad to hear it. Yeah, today we're doing something we've been talking about for a while. We sort of joked about this during the Portal 2 streams. Between the four podcast hosts at Gamepodular, there is one Hollow Knight fan, and the goal of today's stream is to see if we can turn that number to 2. Because I, not famously, but I notably am not a fan of this game. I tried it once, maybe even twice, and I did not like the way it moved. But I'm here to give it another chance, because as the meme goes, if you don't like Hollow Knight, you should try again. So that's what we're doing here.
Sounds good.
And if you like this sort of thing, don't forget, we have a Patreon. That's patreon.com/Gamepodular. If you want to send us some money, you can. You don't have to. Take care of yourself first. But if you have some extra cash lying around and you want to send it our way, we wouldn't say no. Mm-hmm. And also, we have a Ko-fi page, gamepodular.com. I mean, you can go to gamepodular.com for like our podcasts and stuff, but it's ko-fi/.com/ there's a chat command. Use the chat command Ko-fi. I'm learning. I'm getting there. Ko-fi. Look at that.
Yeah.
You can send us money there as well. Yay. No relation to Kofi Kingston. Exactly, Seskra. And for those of you who are not the most extant in the world of Gamepodular, Seskra the Spider here in chat is, in fact, the one Hollow Knight fan in the Gamepodular hosting crew, for lack of a better word. And they have talked about Hollow Knight like randomizer runs on Gamepodular Unfocused, which was an excellent episode and you should listen to. And they also talked about Hollow Knight Silksong on the most recent Gamepodular Unfocused ? Which you should also go listen to on Spotify or whatever your favorite podcast service is. In fact, I recommend not using Spotify because, I mean, it's Spotify. You know, you can do so much better.
Yes.
You can go to a company whose CEO... I look forward to the New Year's episode when I talk about Silksong randomizers. Yeah, I would be shocked if that didn't happen by the end of the year. Like, all joking aside, like, I'm sure the mod tools already exist at this point, because Silksong's been out since, like, beginning of September, right? So it's been, like, a month and a half?
Yeah.
I did manage to tear myself away from Pokemon Legends ZA to play this. It's been out since Thursday, and I've played about like 9 hours of it so far. Mm-hmm. It's very good. I recommend it. We'll talk about it more on the next episode of End Focus, which is probably like 2 weeks from now. We released an episode this week with Seskra as the guest host because Risley not strictly in a position to record given some back pain issues. This is kind of like Pokemon, except all the Mons are bug type. I mean, with Pokemon Legends ZA having real-time combat, that is more accurate than ever.
Ooh.
It also has like some light platforming, which I can't wait to have more traversal abilities to be able to do it better. Anyway, let's start up Hollow Knight, a game that everybody except me specifically loves. Yeah, that looks good. That also looks good. Monomon. Well, that's a Digimon. Are there actually any Pokemon that have, like, Mon as the final part of their name? Oh, more cutscene.
The three wise bugs.
This is definitely one of the downsides that we experienced in Portal 2 as well, of like resolutions getting higher and higher, is like these pre-rendered cutscenes don't look as good on my 4K monitor, because
Yeah, I've noticed that Mario Galaxy, the one was just re-released. It's still got some cutscenes in 1080p.
all right, here we go. It's them. It's John Hollow Knight. Right, yes, there's the feedback, or the... I don't know what to call that. It's like, if it's a gun, you call it like a kickback, right? That I would
Impact?
have to get used to. The thing I've been really trying to force myself to do recently... Hybe, these words are for you alone. Your great strength marks you amongst us. Focus your soul, and you shall achieve feats of which others can only dream. B to focus soul and heal. Okay. I am doing my best to, damn it, meet games on their terms instead of trying to force them to be played on mine.
Okay.
Because, like, everyone has different ways in which they enjoy playing video games, you know? Like, but some video games are just not all that compatible with every style of play. And, damn it. I've really been trying to be better about that.
Okay.
Okay, so that's temporary hit points. Gotcha. So, out of curiosity, Seskra, what did Gemini suggest? Because, like, I'm going to take it as read that it was wrong. Ooh, hello. Oh, damn it. Okay. Okay, just to get the notification off my screen, I will focus.
Oh, jeez.
Machop, Magmar, and Magmortar. I mean, they do all start with M, but that's... Yeah, best I got for you.
Yeah. It's a funny thing, like, it's obviously not doing its own sort of spell check, but I'll be honest, like, I've got an Apple phone. But quite often, if I don't know how to spell a word, I will actually put it into Google, because Google will have a far more accurate answer.
Oh, it'll do the, like, did you mean this?
Yeah, because it knows, you know, billions of people have probably put in that word, and so it's going to be closest to what that approximation is.
Are you familiar with Google Feud?
No.
It's an online game in Family Feud style, where it'll give you like a prompt, like the beginning of a prompt, and it'll ask you fill in the rest of the prompt, and based on just like very common Google searches. So it'll say like, can dogs eat blank? And you have to guess what all the blanks are, like the top 10 search results.
Yeah.
And there's some absolutely wild things that people search, and search very commonly. Hey, most strange. Google's keyboard on Android knows nothing, but their search bar knows every word, no matter how far off my spelling is. See, the problem I run into, and maybe you run into this as well, is I like switch between Dutch and English, but sometimes I forget to do that. So I'll be like typing a message in English while my keyboard is still set to Dutch, and then it'll just have some very strange like autocorrect suggestions. And I'll be like, what the hell is going on? And then look at my space bar and realize what's happening. Anyway, higher beings, these words are for you alone. Within our lands, do not hide your true form. Let all bask in your majesty, for only this kingdom could produce ones such as you. Ooh, chest. Fury of the Fallen. Okay, can only equip charms at a bench. Good to know.
Woohoo! First achievement.
Come on, come on. I think, okay, the first time we sort of started talking about this, the criticism I had of Hollow Knight was I felt like the knight, like, was too heavy to move. And I'll be the first to admit, I did not word that very well. Because what I sort of mean is the knight feels like they fall really quickly.
Yep.
And that is the thing that bothered me with the platforming.
There's no inherent sort of floatiness.
Oh, damn it. But, like, I'll be the first to admit, I'm extremely picky about 2D platformers. Like, there are also a lot that go way too far in the other direction, right? Like, one of the reasons I never really finished Super Mario Odyssey, or not Odyssey, Wonder, is that it was too floaty, and there was too much, like, weird momentum stuff going on. Beyond this point, you enter the land of King and Creator. Step across this threshold and obey our laws. Bear witness to the last and only civilization, the eternal kingdom, Hallownest. Knock, knock. Okay, here we go. If I'm remembering watching Seskra stream this correctly, I think this is where we run into our first boss. No, I was misremembering. Dirtmouth, the fading town. Oh there, traveler. I'm afraid there's only me left to offer welcome. Our town's fallen quiet, you see. The other residents, they've all disappeared, headed down that well, one by one, into the caverns below. Used to be, there was a great kingdom beneath our town. It's long fell to ruin, yet it still draws folks into its depths. Wealth, glory, enlightenment, that darkness seems to promise all things. I'm sure you too seek your dreams down there. Well, watch out. It's a sickly air that fills the place. Creatures turn mad, and travelers are robbed of their memories. Perhaps dreams aren't such great things after all. Nope. I have to say, one of the things that I hate most about modern gaming is they changed the icons on the start and select buttons, and also they're not called the start and select buttons anymore.
Yeah.
And they've been that way for like 2 console generations now, maybe even more. And I still don't remember which is which. Like, the arrows pointing one way and the other way, really easy to remember, because the one pointing to the right is the one on the right. Ooh. What a concept. But now I have to deal with 3 hot dogs and 2 burgers. Like,
the amount of times I've been playing games with my nephew, and I tell him, you guys you gotta push the select button. He goes, "What's the select button?" And I have to think of it. Oh, that's right. You have to push the minus button. We're playing a Nintendo game because it's plus and minus now. The icons.
see, at least the plus and minus are like kind of easy to keep in mind. Yeah, I take a screenshot 50% of the time I'm trying to access the menu. Yeah, that's so real.
Although you could be like just PlayStation, just have one button for option, and then use the trackpad as a select button. Let's be honest.
Oh, damn it. Hacha. Oh, God, come on. Oh, damn. Okay. Alright. We're doing it. If I'm not misremembering... This is about as far as I got the first time I tried this game. Hello, sir. Can I speak to you? I guess not.
No, just let him have a little cry. He's not bothering anyone.
God, yeah, that's so real. Most strange. PC with an Xbone controller, PS5, and Switch 2. I understand, like, the joke everyone makes is, where's the X button, right? Because it's in 3 different places. Although technically on PlayStation it's called the cross button. Me. But nobody actually calls it that. Maybe, like, UK people call it that. But yeah, I like, oh, damn it. I have, I'm playing PC with my, like, Xbox, like, branded, but it's Xbox branded, but it is an 8-bit DOE controller.
Yep.
Because I wanted Hall effect sticks.
Yep.
No. And then I have, like, I do all my Switch gaming on the Pro Controller. And then I did have a PlayStation 4 for a long time. I still technically, like, it's still technically mine, but it's over at Seskra's house right now because they really wanted to play Bloodborne.
I don't think you can go through there.
No. Like, I think I could get, like, if I get better at the, like, bounce stab on spikes, but I think I have to come back here later when I'm better at the game.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, something that I do appreciate about good Metroidvanias, is they have those moments where, like, you know, you're technically supposed to come back here later But if you're just really good at this game, we'll let you go here.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited for Metroid Prime 4.
Oh, yeah. That's next month.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was December or November.
Isn't it November?
I think the amiibo come out in November. I gotta check this.
Because I know... No, I think it's like December 5th or something, because November... Right, yes. It is December. The two big like Switch 2 releases in November are Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment and Kirby Air Riders. I remember I looked this up recently. But yeah, Metroid Prime 4 was indeed December.
Yeah, December 4th.
I really hope we can get, like... because Metroid Prime 3... Did Metroid Prime 3 ever come out for GameCube?
No.
No. It was only Wii?
That was Wii. Yeah.
Darn. I was really hoping we could get, like a remastered collection of 1, 2, and 3, or just 2 and 3, because I guess 1 is already out on Switch. Because, like, I love Metroid Prime 1, but I don't own any of the consoles that 2 and 3 were on. And I would really like to play them before 4, but I guess I'm out of luck there.
Oh, I mean, they've got to be working on it.
Yeah, but, you know, it makes sense to me to do it before 4 comes out. I mean, who knows, right? Metroid Prime, like, Remastered 1 was just, like, they announced it and released it on the same day, basically, right? So, at least with, I believe, 2 was still on the GameCube? Question mark?
2 was there. That was on the GameCube. And then it was also part of the trilogy on the Wii.
Like, at least with 2, they can just release it on NSO, like, a week before Prime 4 comes out. But 3 is going to be a little trickier.
Yeah. I don't know if they could do 2, like, as the GameCube, with the GameCube controls. Because that'll be...
Why not?
Do you know about the GameCube controls for...
Oh my god. Okay. Alright, we're coming back here later.
Yeah, Metroid... Yeah, it doesn't play like a Halo twin stick on GameCube.
Right, because the GameCube had weird analog sticks.
Well, it had...
It had like a normal analog stick, and then it had like the C stick.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't have wall jumping yet.
I mean, this was back in the day. Like Halo was only released recently, and the whole dual stick wasn't that popular.
Yeah.
And so the main conviction was that you had move forward. The left stick you move forward and backwards, and then turn left and right.
Ooh, yeah, that would be weird to get used to.
And then the GameCube, the Metroid GameCube games, they used the right C stick as sort of like you select your different visors.
Temple of the Black Egg. Hello there. How delightful to meet another traveler on these forgotten roads. You're a short one, but you've a strong look about you. I hope so. I'm Quirrell. I have something of an obsession with uncharted places. This ancient kingdom holds many fascinating mysteries, and one of the most intriguing of them is standing right before us. Oh hey, we saw this in the opening cutscene. A great stone egg lying in the corpse of an ancient kingdom. And this egg, is it warm? It certainly gives off a unique air. Can it be opened? There are strange marks all over it. I do so love a mystery, and who knows what other marvels lie even deeper below us. I could really go for a bench. Me walking through the city center of the city I live in.
That's right. I could go for some Cadbury eggs.
I've never actually had a century egg. but I have, let's call them mixed experiences with fermented foods. So I don't know if I'd enjoy it. Like, I'll try anything once. But...
I mean, you're not a picky eater.
No. I used to be a picky eater. Like, granted, I don't really remember this. But I am told, ooh, hello, that I used to really dislike bell peppers.
Yep.
And that is inconceivable to me now, because I love bell peppers. Admittedly, not the hugest fan of green bell peppers. Like, they're fine, but I'll take red and orange and yellow over green any day. Like, and I just had like a long list of foods I wouldn't eat, and then we moved abroad. And credit where credit is due to my parents, they were always like, you gotta at least try it. The Pilgrim's Way. Travelers of Halonest descend through verdant wilds and fungal groves to the city at this kingdom's heart. There all wishes shall be granted, all truths revealed. Sounds good to me. Okay, I need some sort of other character ability to get past here. Come back later. Oh hey, we got the cool cameo. Nice. Oh, bugger. No, ah. I think a moment like that is what got me to turn off the game the first time. Just like, I got hit in midair because I wasn't used to how it controlled yet, and then I fell down really far, and I was like, I'll come back to this later, and then I never did. But what was I saying? Right, yeah, I had a long list of foods I didn't like, and my parents were always like, well, you gotta at least try it, you know? And I really respect them and appreciate them for that. And then we moved from the Netherlands to Asia, and it became very clear very quickly that, like, well, my diet can't just consist of, like, the cheese sandwiches I eat at home and, like, white rice, you know? So, I don't know how to say this without it sounding like child abuse, but my parents did make it clear to be like, you eat, you gotta eat the food here or you're not gonna eat. And they said it in a way that's like, you know, that doesn't sound as evil as I made it sound. But, yeah, and now I'll just eat anything. Are there things I still dislike? Yes, absolutely. I'm still not like a raw onion fan. I'll accept like a red onion, but like a white onion or like a sweet onion, you gotta cook that.
Yep.
But like I was in like the Philippines for like a school thing, and we were out to dinner as like a class, and we were at like a local restaurant. They were like, hey, should we try the pig ear? And I'm like, yeah, sounds good to me. Ooh, hello. Ah, hello there. Come down to explore these beautiful old ruins. Don't mind me. I have a fondness for exploring myself. Getting lost and finding your way again is a pleasure like no other. We're exquisitely lucky, you and I. I'm a cartographer by trade, and I'm working on mapping this area right now. Would you like to buy a copy of my work so far? Yeah, sounds good to me.
Now, do you have enough money? I think
I had more than enough. A map can be a useful thing, but it alone won't show you where you are. If you've not the head for directions, I suggest purchasing a compass for my wife, Izelda. She's just now opening our new map shop in Dartmouth, selling all sorts of useful things to wanderers like yourself. She'll even sell some of my old maps from time to time. I pop back to see her whenever I finish mapping an area. She's always so excited to see me. Oh, right, yes. Repeating dialogue. It is Souls inspired after all. Oh, by the way, I haven't introduced myself, have I? Yes, I should apologize for that. When you spend a lot of time by yourself with just your thoughts, you forget the niceties of conversation. Cornifer. Okay, and I've always loved exploring the world. Why, when I was first hatched, I wandered off immediately, leaving my brothers and sister and poor mother behind. I was kind of like this as a baby, I'm told. Like, I would, like, try to, like, get through the bars of my crib, and actually succeeded a couple times. I figured out, like, by the time I could grab things, I figured out that there were some bars that, like, could, like, rotate out and take out of the crib and just start exploring. Fun fact.
My mother was telling me a story one day where a neighbor had come screaming towards my mother and said that I was hanging off the window on the second story of the house.
Damn.
Yeah.
I did hatch from an egg. That's absolutely true. I mean, strictly speaking, century egg. Strictly speaking, I mean, eggs are involved in the process of creating human beings, just not in the way that they are for, like, bugs and lizards. That's why as soon as I could, I moved to Dartmouth with my wife. A huge, unending kingdom to explore right at her doorstep. Who could resist? Anyway, I'll let you return to your travels. With a little luck, we'll meet again. Be safe and farewell. How are you finding my map? I've tried to fill out as much as I can, but every map is a work in progress. If you'd like to fill out some of the map yourself, you can purchase some mapping supplies from my wife up in Dartmouth. We've set up a little store to help make ends meet. Okay, and we've hit the dialogue. So I guess we're going back up to Dartmouth. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Like, Dirtmouth is... just doesn't sound correct to me. Not that there's much voice acting in this game to, like, know the canonical pronunciation. No. Wait, no, that's not the way up to Dartmouth. I have to keep going up. Like Fat Joe and Remy Ma, I have to keep going all the way up. Muth is indeed correct. Yeah. It's much harder to make humans with bug and lizard eggs, but we persist. I mean, those guys from Jurassic Park, like, if we ever figure out that technology, not gonna lie, like, there are some aspects of, like, being able to have, like, different animal genes just for, like, cool biological advantages that would appeal to me. Like, oh, here we go. Here we go.
Bapanada.
Woo, woo, woo. We got it. We got the iconic line. Come to buy a map, have you? It's really my husband you should be dealing with. But what a surprise. He's headed down below. I know, we've met. He'll pop back occasionally to deliver new maps for the store, but I do wish he'd spend a little more time up here. I've not much interest in retail myself. Now, let's see what's here for me to sell. Okay. There's a lot going... Oh, right, you have to buy markers and pins. I do want the Wayward Compass. It's wild that this is a thing you have to spend, like, an equipment slot on. But I think filling in the map first is useful. And then I'll save up for the charm. Funk. Alright, so we're over there, so we go there and then around and down. Alright. Sit on the bench. Yep, good call. Sorry, forgot. I'm so used to games with autosave features.
Ooh, no, not this one.
Oh, I do like the little animation of the Bug Knight reading the map as you're walking. That's very cute. You are correct that it's not about saving. That's what, like, updates the map. But it is good to save frequently.
Hmm.
Right, yes, I was going this way. Oh, yeah. Nope, still not. Again, I probably just need the wall jump for that.
Hmm.
Where am I? I think I'm over there. Let's see what's over here. Okay. I think I know where I am. Right, we're here. Nope. Coming back to this later. Big chunky boy. Ooh, is this one of those, like... Ooh. It's not. I hear
Just a
something
car, so it
humming.
must be important.
I hear someone humming, which means hello. Oh, bury my mother pale in sight. Bury my father with his eyes shut tight. Bury my sisters 2 by 2. And then when you're done, let's bury me too. Haha, do you know that one? It's one of my favorites. We can sing something else if you like. You start singing and I'll join in. I bet you have a beautiful singing voice. So, what are you down here for? If you come to get wealthy, just look around you. These mines are still bursting with riches. There's plenty for everyone. Just grab a pick and join in. Bury the knight with her broken nail. Bury the priest something about crown. I can't remember the rest of that one. Haha, maybe I'll just hum it. Bury the knight with her broken nail. Oh, whoops. Lol. Okay. Let's see what's over here. Okay. Has anyone ever tried to like write a full version of that song? I'm sure there's someone on YouTube who's been like wanted to. Okay, I can't do this manually. Please, sir. Not that I think this would be a good idea anyway, because I don't know how I'd get back. So we'll try a different area. Then, okay, if I keep going down, there's some more areas. Ah, I see. I cannot. touch. Oh, no. Oh, that's so rude.
Oh.
Okay. I bet that gets a lot of people. Okay, so we're back here. More verses. You sporadically check back in with her as you progress. Oh, fun. Okay. So we're like there somewhere. There's got to be more places here that I can, like more branches. I've already tried here, so what's the next one? This looks evil. Whoa! Saw it coming. Oh, I've already been here. Right, yes.
Yep.
Go down to the bottom of the shaft over by Cornifer. That is correct. Maybe he'll say things again now that I've met his wife. Nope. Okay. Actually, let's see if there's a bench down here. There is not. Ominous. Right. I don't really feel like dealing with these things right now. Let's go the other way. Okay, arena fight. Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I've seen a lot of Silksong talk on just because I exist on the internet. The heal in Silksong, it like takes longer, but it heals more health parts, right?
I believe so.
Okay, that wasn't so bad. Oh, what's up here? There's light. This is like really nice and serene looking, but also very ominous at the same time, which is, I think, a lot of what Hollow Knight likes to do. It also consumes more resources, yeah. Spa refill soul, nice. Nope. Oh good, they're on this side too. Well, I guess if you insist, Hollow Knight. Oh. It takes literally most of the game before you can heal twice in a row. Gross. See, this is what I was talking about when I was talking about Silksong, right? How like You make decisions like that when you know that your target audience are sickos. Who like... They played and finished probably more than once the first Hollow Knight. And they're just ravenous for more.
Deep into Dark Souls.
Nope. Okay, that's on me. I was too eager. I was impatient. And honestly, I have massive respect for Team Cherry for making that decision. Like, they I think, more than most... ooh, is this one of those fast travel? A toll machine with the symbol of a stag. It's the stag taxi. The stag sea. Ahoy. Greetings, little one. It's been an age since I last heard the ringing of a station bell. It echoed down the stagways and called me to you. I've grown stiff and tired over these many years, and I've forgotten much, but the sound of the bell will always call me back. These stagways stretch the depths of Hallownest. If you want to travel them, hail me from the platform. I will take you where you need to go. Okay, so I can always fast travel back to Dirtmouth. That's good to know. Don't need to go there right now, but... Especially now that I don't have enough money for the compass charm.
Hmm.
Wait, I heard something. Oh, hey, that looks breakable. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yay. Maybe heal after you've killed the enemies. Okay. That's probably a better idea. Ahoy. Goodbye. Now I can probably talk to the sad bug. Unfortunately, I feel like the sad bug doesn't really narrow it down in this game. Okay, got the shortcut. Nice. Okay. Really lucky I missed that. Okay, I'm getting the feeling that I probably shouldn't be here yet. Given that I cannot see anything and also this door is locked. Okay. I was about to ask myself, where am I right now? And then I realized, oh right, I need the charm to be able to figure that out. Alright, let's just... Wow, I am so lucky that I dodged that. And I'm gonna take credit for it being on purpose, because I definitely forgot that was there.
You take what you can.
Hacha, hacha, hacha. So it is something that I'm noticing, and I'm sure, please don't tell me for like spoiler reasons, but I'm sure this is gonna come up. How a lot of the more like humanoid looking bugs have like orange pupils, whereas I do not.
Okay.
At least the hostile orange humanoid looking bugs.
Hmm.
And I'm sure that's nothing to be worried about. It does remind me a little bit of Dragon's Dogma 2, a game that I haven't played, to be fair. But I watched a very good video on it by Punk Duck on YouTube. And a lot explode into maybe they're Dutch bugs and it's just really patriotic. Exactly. But yeah, about how like once you finish the game or something, like there's an affliction called dragon madness, I think, that can just like afflict potentially everyone. And you don't entirely know what it does, but it's there, and it's really like just weird seeing like, oh, this person has red eyes now. I hope that's not gonna be a problem later. I did it again. I opened the main menu instead of the charms menu. Okay, here we go.
Hey, that's where you are.
Again, it's... I don't want to sound like too much of a Debbie Downer, but it is like kind of wild to me that you get to know where you are on the map is something you have to like pay for. Right, yes, let's go talk to Crying Bug. Okay, he's not talking, but at least he's happy.
Not so lonely.
Oh, man. Oh, I just had I genuinely think, like, streaming especially, because it's, like, a bad idea to have a lot of dead air, apparently. So you're incentivized to just keep talking, which is one of the reasons I like doing, like, having a co-host, because there's only so long I can just sort of talk to myself before I feel like I'm going insane. But I feel like a lot of streaming is just word association. Like, I said the bug looks happier, and maybe this is why, like, a lot of streaming attracts a lot of, like, neurodivergent and, like, autistic and ADD people, where you have these, like, word associations where it takes you, like, 3 steps away from where you were, and now suddenly you have a whole new topic you can speak on. Because I said, you know, the bug looks happier, and he gave me some money, and then I immediately thought of Happier by Bastille and Marshmallow.
Yep. Okay. So sort of a 6 degrees to Kevin Bacon situation.
Yeah. I discovered there's a website where you can check this, where you can check your bacon value, I guess, your bacon number. I think I have a bacon number of 4. And it checks this, like, it'll accept it if you just, like, we're here again. Okay, if you've just met the person that you're associating with. And so mine, I started with professional wrestler Meiko Satomura, because I've, like, met her in person, and she took a picture with me, and it was very nice. And so she was on a wrestling show. Oh, thank you. It definitely helps that I've seen people who are very good at pogoing do it, and I'm basically just copying them, and I'm getting a feel for how it, well, feels, I suppose. Hi, Cheese1655. Stream's going pretty good. I am enjoying this game a lot more than I did the first time. Alright. Oh. Bugger. Okay. Let's heal up. So yeah, Meiko Satomura was on a wrestling show in WWE, and then you can take that to John Cena, and then John Cena has been in movies. And you go from there. I don't remember what the exact connection was. Hello. Yeah. I assume you get a thing where you can swim in acid at some point. I do seem to remember that.
Okay.
Okay, maybe I go down there next. How are we doing on time?
We're a couple minutes in.
Okay, I'm just gonna go to a place that's like relatively... Ooh, I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit. Oh, let's go.
Oh!
Alright, I'll go stand by him, and we're going to take a quick break, because I really need to use the bathroom, among other things. If our knight ever became a Twitch streamer, would you call new subscribers his little bug champ? Seskru was here for this, but I do want to admit something out loud, because Twitch is nothing if not a place where you can tell embarrassing stories about yourself. We've been doing streaming long enough now that I almost said, like, Pog unironically last night. Which is a dire indictment of my mental state, I suppose. Anyway, think about that while we're on break. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. See you later!
Bye.
Where's my cursor? Oh my god. Oh, I need to unlock the cursor by pausing. Bye! And we're back. Hope y'all had a good break. Squishing around in Hallow Nest. We were talking about potato chips. There is a potato chip in my grocery store right now that even I, as someone who has said that they'll try anything once, is afraid to try. So here in the Netherlands, even like in the province of Groningen, there is a local delicacy, is maybe a strong word, snack food that I will translate directly an egg ball. It's kind of like a Scotch egg, except instead of like the sausage meat that you put around a Scotch egg, it's like ragu as the coating. And when I say ragu, I don't mean like the pasta sauce. I mean like sort of a thick flour based with like meat paste, essentially. And then it's breaded and fried. Yeah. And there's potato chips that are supposed to taste like those. And they're probably fine, but there's just something about potato chips that are prominently flavored like hard-boiled eggs that doesn't super appeal to me. I mean, maybe it'll just be mostly like meat flavored with a little bit of egg powder sprinkled in. I don't know. I haven't tried them, but I should. Because again, I'll try anything once. Try it with horseradish sauce. Unfortunately, horseradish on the short list of things I don't like very much. Which is a pity, because it does add a lot to certain dishes. Alright, I think if we go down and then to the left, there's somewhere I can explore. I am sort of putting off fighting the thing with the big... Literally the best chip flavor is salted egg. I didn't know that was a chip flavor that existed. Okay, so this is off the map. thought that the quill would fill this in for me, but I guess I have to wait till I get to a bench, maybe. Or there's still something I'm missing. Maybe I need another map as well. I don't know. We'll find out. There is a brand here in the Netherlands that's... I think it's like... It's a Belgian brand, but they use French potatoes or something. I don't know. They're reasonably fancy for chips. Called Brett's, B-R-E-T-S. That have just some wild flavors, and most of them are very good. They have, like, yakitori flavored chips, and they're delicious. They're sort of like gingery with like a little bit of lime and some soy in the flavor profile, and it's, oh my god, they're so good. Other favorites are pesto and mozzarella. That one's really good. There's others that are not as good. They have like a roast chicken one, but that just sort of tastes like those like chicken stock cubes, which is probably what they used for the flavoring.
My father did the Europe with my mother many years ago. He always talked about that there's a certain paprika Pringles chip that everyone loves.
Okay, so I think I have to... There we go. So paprika chips, big thing here in the Netherlands especially. I don't like Pringles. But paprika chips are huge here. They're like one of the two main flavors. We got plain and we got paprika. I love me a paprika chip. They're like slightly sweet. They're a little tangy. I love them. One of the weirdest chips I think I've ever had was Lay's. Here in the Netherlands, was doing like the taste of the Netherlands. And so they had a chip flavor, potato chips, that were flavored like French fries with mayo. Patatje mayo, as we say here. And they're very strange. They don't do them anymore. And they were like, I could never fully like accept whether or not I liked them. But I sure ate a lot of them, so I think I did. This has big mini boss written all over it. Let's okay, we're good. Okay. And then the other flavors were peanut sauce and yoppie sauce, which I don't know if there's an equivalent for non-Dutch people for that. I didn't like them very much. Yeah. What's going on? What's going on? Oh, okay, there's more. All right, okay.
More orange.
I love that they make like little squish and little fart sounds when they die.
Yeah, in Australia, if you got any sort of food brand, I think it's by law that you have to have at least one flavor as a Vegemite flavor.
Oh,
trying to attempt it.
I don't really like Vegemite like by itself, but you don't really eat it by itself, you know? Like even a Vegemite sandwich, you still got the bread.
And usually people have it with butter or margarine.
Yeah, but like Vegemite as an additive, oh, good stuff. Hello. Oh, this bug is high as balls, I think. Uro, you oaf, you wield your nail like a club. Esme, how much deeper do we have to go? What? Who are you? I see, this old village. What a strange dream to have led me down here. If you hadn't found me, I don't think I would have ever woken. I'm Sly. Usually I live in an uneventful life up in Dirtmouth. The air in these ruins doesn't agree with me, so I'd best be getting back. If you return above, come see me. I'm probably the friendliest face left there, and I can thank you properly for your good deed.
No.
You're exploring, then? Very brave. Plenty of courageous wanderers have been lost to the hunger of these old caverns. You have your nail, though, and I can tell just by looking that you know how to wield it. I like to think so. What was I saying? Other weird chip flavors, right? Well, I was actually going to go into a tangent about French fries, because we in the Netherlands, I mean, shock surprise, we're a country on planet Earth, but we love our French fries here. Although the most commonly we have is like very thick cut, like Belgian fries.
Yep.
And I'm here to say that ketchup is like easily the worst French fry sauce. I don't know what Americans are smoking. Like, you get like a good mayo, like a Belgian mayo, or friet sauce, or peanut sauce. I'll even go to bat for like malt vinegar that the UK folks do.
There's a place called Red Rooster in Australia.
Yeah, it's
and they do
chicken
a really
place,
good,
right?
Yeah, and they do a really good herb mayonnaise.
Oh,
And so when I get a meal, I usually get like a couple of herb mayonnaise dipping sauces.
oh, okay. I think I need a D-pad for this.
But are you doing this on keyboard?
No, I'm using a controller, but you can move around using either the left analog stick or the D-pad. And having the precision of the D-pad for something like that is, I think...
You got the 8-bit DOS. That's got back buttons, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah, I've because I played a Hollow Knight a little while ago, and I found if I have one of the back buttons is down, I can just hold that and then I can just press the rather than having to hold down and try and wiggle, I can just hold the back button.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. A little higher jump. Whoop. Ketchup has its place and French fries ain't it. Hotter take here, ketchup doesn't have its place. I think ketchup is gross. But yeah, it's bad on fries.
I understand it's a common condiment. Probably very basic. But how do you feel about someone like yourself? No, you wouldn't ever have it. But how do you feel like someone like having it like a steak
with ketchup?
Like, yeah.
Monster.
Like yours, I'd imagine yourself like you wouldn't do it, but other people, like, do you put your nose up to them or?
I mean, for comedy, I'm gonna say monster, but for like real and nuanced takes, like ultimately, like it. I think it is a waste. Like I'm not a big fan of sauce in general with my steaks. Not that I eat a lot of steaks; they're really expensive. Like ultimately, it doesn't matter. Eat what you want, however you want. But I will say I do think it is kind of a waste, especially if you got like a nice like a good like ribeye or something, which is of course like one of the most expensive ones. Like I do like a peppercorn sauce with steak.
I was gonna say that peppercorn, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. But generally, I'm just eating steak with no sauce. Like if I'm eating like a good steak, I want the steak flavor, not like I don't want to drown it in like peppercorn sauce, you know?
Oh, yeah. Any particular burnt or rare?
It depends on the type of steak, but I'm usually a medium to medium rare kind of guy.
Yeah, I'm medium rare.
Right, this is where the mini boss was. Although I will take any opportunity I can to clown on Donald Trump. His like, oh yeah, my favorite steak is a well done steak with ketchup. And then all the like weirdo Trump followers who were like, who started eating their steaks that way just because he does, is really embarrassing. That looks curious.
The man constantly eats McDonald's. That's
okay. Can't get there yet, but I'll try to keep that in mind. House of Parliament sauce is pretty decent with steak. Yeah, like there's a bunch of sauces that you can have with steak. Like, I think like depending on what cut of steak, a teriyaki sauce would be pretty good. There's also some like not actual factual bechamel, but like some sauces that have bechamel as a base would be pretty nice. But yeah, ketchup ain't it. But I'm a ketchup hater. But again, like ultimately, just like eat what you want as long as you're like getting the nutrients you need, you know? Do I think this is a thing that you like subtly referenced earlier? I think like if you're like 35 and your diet consists of chicken tenders and mac and cheese, yeah. I think you should probably try to go out of your comfort zone a little bit. Like if you've genuinely, I'm just going to be paraphrasing Northern Lion here, to be fair. If you've genuinely got like, you know, textural issues from like being neurodivergent and stuff, like I get it. I've been there. But I do think you as a human being have a responsibility to be like, do I actually not like this, or do I just think I'm not going to like this? You gotta try stuff. And if you don't like it, then you don't like it, you know? I'm not gonna get on people's case for being like, oh, I don't like I've got multiple friends who are like, yeah, I just don't like seafood. It's just a texture thing. And I'm like, okay, yeah, you know. Am I a little sad for you because I love seafood? Yeah, a little bit, but I don't have like a problem with it. Because, hey, more for me, right? It just means that there are a couple of recipes I have that I can't cook for you, and that's just a fact of life. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, you're going to eat these mussels and you're going to like them. Oh, right, I just came from here. God. But you do just got to try it, is the only thing. Mm-hmm.
Try it, no shame if you don't like it.
Yeah, exactly. Again, there are... Yeah, that's true. Seafood does have a bunch of different textures. Although when I say seafood, I generally... I should be more specific, I guess. I'm talking about, like, shellfish here. And calamari, not technically shellfish. I get that. I think I'm kind of... Oh, I wasn't paying attention. I think I'm kind of running out of places I can go without fighting the big club bug. So I think that's where we're going to go next. Yeah. But first, I'd like to, like, find a bench. Like, I have a friend who we went to an Asian street food place, and she'd never had what's it called, takoyaki before, the dough balls with octopus in it. And she'll be the first to admit she's not the biggest fan of shellfish and other non-fish seafood, but she tried it because she'd never had it before, and she didn't like it. And that's fair enough, and I respect that. But I also respect that she went to the effort to actually try it. Yeah, I almost swore there. I really, really love takoyaki. Takoyaki is delicious. But she didn't like the way the octopus, she didn't like the way it felt to chew the octopus. And I'm not gonna lie, it is kind of weird if you're not used to it. And so I understand that for a lot of people, octopus and squid are just no-goes. Right, this is the dark place. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get to a map, a bench. I think I just have to go back to Dartmouth. I think that's the easiest way, because I don't remember. I know I've encountered another bench, but I don't remember where that was. But again, I think if you're in your 30s or older, I do think you have a responsibility to just try new foods. And also, try things. This has been a big eye-opener for me. You gotta, if there are things from your childhood that you don't like, you do have to. I am of the opinion that you gotta try them again. Because not only your tastes change when you grow up, but also it could have been something in the preparation. Because as a child, I did not like Brussels sprouts, like most children. But part of that comes down to the fact that the only way we ever ate Brussels sprouts when I was a kid was boiled, covered in cheese. And I like the covered in cheese part. Don't get me wrong. I'm a person in the Netherlands, and I'm not only Dutch, I'm Frisian. We're genetically coded to love cheese. It's us and I'm I think I would get on very well with people from Wisconsin. But and I still don't really love boiled Brussels sprouts. But you give me a roast Brussels sprout, you roast it in the oven with just some oil, salt, and pepper. Oh, I'm thriving.
Yeah.
Or Seskra, you told me when we were housemates, you told me that you didn't like zucchini, but you hadn't done groceries and you really needed some food, and I made this zucchini casserole with cheese and pesto and chicken and stuff, and I have enough for 2. Do you want some? And Tesker was I don't really like zucchini, but I'll give it a try. And shock surprise, it was actually really good because I made the zucchini a very different way that they were used to. So that's the kind of stuff that I think is important. And
I remember. Oh yeah.
And an example that Sesker brings up as well. Sliced store. Good point. Is sweet potato. Most of my exposure to sweet potato had been just unseasoned boiled sweet potato. And yeah, things aren't very good when you boil them unseasoned. But then again, you give me a roast sweet potato or I'm living. I'm thriving. I'm having a great time. Hello, I knew we'd meet again. How do you like my cozy little store? I've made myself pretty comfortable here, selling old trinkets to travelers like yourself. You're planning a trip below? I have several items that may improve your chance of survival. Okay, we got mask fragment, mask shard, vessel fragment, simple key. Okay. That's very expensive. That seems useful. Stalwart shell. And rancid egg. Yummy.
Hmm.
But you were saying?
Oh, I remember going to a for a work function, and going to a restaurant and having a they had a pizza there,
Yeah.
and it was like it had things like it's like olives and it had a artichoke, and I've never had artichoke before. I'm thinking, it's a pizza, so it's probably good to probably try it as a pizza, so I can have I can taste the flavor, but if I'm not a fan of it, I can sort of overwhelm myself with the other flavors.
Yeah.
I remember this pizza. They had I think they had 4 ingredients, and each ingredient was on 2 slices each. So every corner was its own ingredient, and each corner had 2 slices. So that was interesting.
So like a quattro stagioni kind of situation, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
So how did the artichoke treat you?
Yeah, it was fine. I mean, I honestly, like, I learned to excuse me. I learned this stuff. There's a point where there's some things you just absolutely do not like.
Yeah.
It's gross to you, and so that's like, okay, you try and avoid it. But then there's other stuff that's like if I have colored olives, not a big fan of those. But if they're on something like a pizza or something, I'm not gonna go, I don't want this.
And is it black and green olives, or just like green olives? Like,
just the black olives.
okay.
You go.
I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to pat myself on the back too hard, but not bad, huh? See, I'm actually good at video games. Not that you can tell from watching our Portal 2 streams. But like, I am. Yes, technically first try. The time I discovered it doesn't count. So where am I actually? I guess I'm going to like that middle bit.
Yeah.
That I haven't explored yet. Yeah, artichokes are an interesting one because it's sort of, again, it depends on the preparation, right? Because I've had artichokes where they're just like, they're too mushy, or like they've just been, most of the time the problem is that they've just been sitting around too long because they're mushy and they're too vinegary, because most of the time you get artichokes out of like a can. And there's nothing wrong with canned food, but it does change the consistency somewhat, and if it's been sitting in the can for a long time, then you might run into problems. But generally, like, I like artichokes just fine. Okay, here we go. Oh, another one. Hehehehe. And now the game has instilled in me a sense of false confidence.
Mm-hmm.
That means I'm gonna get absolutely creamed by the first actual boss. Which I assume is right here. the Gru's mother was my first legit. Was that the fly thing? Hello. False knight. Ooh, okay. And then there we go. Oh my god, he's so goofy. Oh, okay. Oh, and then drop stuff from the ceiling as well. Good to know. Let's go backwards so I have more space. Cool. Yeah, for times that you need to be more precise in fights like these, I find myself going for the D-pad a lot more than the analog stick.
Oh, of course. You need that precision.
Oh my god. Acha. Oh, right, that one. Ooh, jeez. Okay, I have fewer iframes than I thought I did. Oh my god. Okay, I'm stuck. Okay, that's bad. Bummer. And now for the classic. The run back. I think I was doing pretty well until I got, like, trapped against the wall.
Yeah.
What other, like, hot takes do I have about food? Oh yeah, I don't like wine. I say that. I don't like grape wine. Every wine I've ever tasted that was made out of a fruit that was not grapes tasted better than grape wine. Walking underneath him when he jumps. Ah, yeah, that makes sense. Like, I will say there's one exception. I've had plum wine. Admittedly, not like Japanese plum wine, which is different. But I've had plum wine, and that one was also it just tasted like white wine. But like, I've had like strawberry wine, I've had raspberry wine, I've had sake, which is rice wine, I've had mead, which is honey wine. They're all better than grape wine. Also, champagne is gross. Wine is already not good, and it is not improved by carbonation.
I am not someone who drinks most alcohol.
I don't like drink. Oh, we have to fight this thing again. Okay. I don't drink like a lot. Like, I'll have like a couple drinks a month, you know? But I do like experimenting with alcohol, which is why I have a lot of bottles of alcohol in my pantry. Because I like trying things. And most of, especially when you're buying like spirits, they're shelf stable, so they'll last for a very long time.
Yeah.
So I have like a bottle of what's called Applejack, which is like a spirit made of like apple brandy that I bought like 2-3 years ago at this point, and I still haven't finished it.
But if I can, I'll be the one who puts the hand up and go, I'm the designated driver. I will have my go-to if I need to. It's like a rum and coke.
Oh, I love a rum and coke. I'm a rum guy and not a whiskey guy. Oh right, you have to fight it. Like, I like whiskey as like an addition to something sweet, but I don't like it by itself. Which was very funny when I went to Scotland. Not that I did a lot of like drinking alcohol in Scotland. It is very funny that, like, the first night we were there, we went to an extremely touristy restaurant, mostly just because we were tired and wanted food. And I was in the UK, a land that is famous for having good ciders, and I had a Swedish cider. Oh, I was sure I was gonna dodge that. Okay. But the thing that always gets me about the UK, having been there 3 times in my life, is pints.
Yeah.
Like, a pint is an absolutely wild amount of alcohol to serve someone. Even if it's only like a 7% cider, it's still like, you're drinking like half a liter here. Oh, come on. Aha, gotcha. Okay, so I can't like hide under his arms when he's doing that. Just give me more soul. Oh, that was the fight. Hell yeah.
Yeah. You did it.
Cash money, baby. All right, we're coming up. Still got 20 minutes. I do want to take some time at the end to just sort of talk through my thoughts on Hollow Knight, because I have thoughts.
Yeah.
But I do want to play a little more, which is, I guess, a good sign. Hello. Sorry I missed you. If you're feeling lost, why not pop up to our store in Dartmouth and purchase a map of this area? Available now for an excellent price. Cornifer. Oh, hey, we're back here.
Oh. Yeah.
Nice. All right, let's go back to Hallownest or Dartmouth, rather. Oh my god, no. That's not the way to Dartmouth, okay. Map store. Let's hear it again.
Papa nada.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't it Bapanada with a B in the beginning?
Hmm. Yeah, Bapanana.
Sure. I mean, I can afford both of them, I suppose.
Better spend everything when you can.
At least one of either the blue or red map pins.
Bapanada.
Sounds like a B to me. I don't know what to tell you. All right. Nope. And then we press that button. There we go. And then we... that one, I guess. All right. Okay. Susker's about to say something. Try equipping more charms. Oh my god. Okay. I'm trying, and nothing is happening. Oh, okay. Wait. Huh.
Oh, okay.
That's exciting.
Is that preferable? That doesn't seem stable.
I'm sure it's fine. All right. I have some thoughts because we're nearing take double damage. Oh, I am immediately unequipping. All right. So I have some thoughts about Hollow Knight because the point of this stream was, will I like it by the end? And the answer is mostly. And I sort of wanted to unpack that a little bit because, you know, I've played it for like an hour and a half now, and I got a lot further than I did last time. You know, I've beaten 2 bosses. I've done some good amount of exploring. I've gotten some stuff. I'm still not wild about how it feels to play. There have been a number of jumps that I was like, that just sort of felt bad to me, and I have a difficult time explaining exactly why that is. And that frustrates me because I'm usually quite good at explaining things. I think if I had to guess, it's the control over your character while in midair is extremely precise, which in some things for like platforming sections is very good, very useful, but I would like it to have just a little bit more wiggle room. And that generally comes with making the controls just a little bit looser. And ultimately, I think that would be bad for the game. So it's a good thing that they didn't do that. But it is a personal preference that I would have liked a little bit more of it. That being said, at the beginning of the stream, I did talk about like trying to meet the game on its terms rather than trying to force it to be mine, and I think I did a pretty decent job of it. Like, I gave myself time to actually get used to how it feels and learn some of the systems. Like, I got pretty good at pogoing. I fought, like, the big club enemies decently well. Like, I got hit by the very first one, and then I never got hit by any of them ever again. Will I keep playing this? Probably. I can't guarantee it, especially not right now. Like, obviously, Pokemon Legends ZA is a big priority for me, because A, it's a lot of fun, and B, I want to talk about it on N-Focus, which is in like 2 weeks. And I guarantee I'm not going to have it finished, but I want to play as much of it as I can to talk about it in as much detail as I can. Will I continue streaming it? Probably not. Given Scott and I talked about this beforehand, given that we stream like once a week and not even every week, if we streamed a full playthrough of Hollow Knight, this would just be the next like year and a half of our streams. And I think that would be very boring. But I do like it. It is cool. And I'm also looking forward to like experiencing more of the world, because this is like what, like 10% of the map, if that. And it's gonna get harder, obviously, because I might pick up the Slack streams from randomizers. That would be cool. I'd be, yeah, exactly, closer to 5%. Not surprised, TBH. But I do kind of get it now. Like, if this was Silksong, it'd be 2%. I believe it. You showed me the map. It's wild. Or parts of the map, at least, when you were playing it, like, a couple weeks ago. But I do kind of get it now. And I think I said this even when we were talking about it previously. Like, I'm fully prepared to admit that the first time I tried it, I may just not have been in the right mood to try it, you know? And now this stream has given me more of an opportunity to actually, like, this sounds kind of silly, but force me to play more of it, because I do want to, like, you know, make it a good show and also just give it an honest try. Like, how you do, like, for anime, you give it, like, 3 episodes before you really decide, is this something that I'm going to keep watching?
Yeah.
And I think this was a decent sampler. Like, 2 bosses, you know, that's not even close to a lot of them in this game, I know. But it's more than one, you know, they were 2 very different bosses. And some good amount of exploration. And I even died once, and I got to discover what that was like. I am, unfortunately, mortal. But yeah, it's cool. I can see why people like it, and I imagine playing a lot more of it will show me even more of that. How do you feel about it, Scott? Because, like, you have also not played a lot of Hollow Knight, and obviously you didn't do any playing today, but did you like what you saw at the very least?
Yeah, I mean, a while ago I did play it. A little while ago I did play it. I did beat that boss. I think I did beat another boss. I didn't. There was one Sly. I didn't end up meeting them. So
Okay.
yeah. So my playthrough, I didn't actually meet them. So I just gotta get in and explore more. It's just one of those. It's just it gets very frustrating when you're trying to down someone, and then it's just that if you get down by someone, and then you lose basically like your souls, and you have to reclaim them back. If you lose it before you get back to there, then you've lost it, and that frustrates me.
Yeah, the runbacks and the potential of losing like your Geo. I will say, compared to other like Souls-likes I've played, this one actually feels a little more generous, because like I don't know, because there's no XP system in this game like there is in something like Dark Souls or Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, which is the only Souls-like I've finished. And so in a way, Geo is your XP because that's what you use to buy new charms and stuff. But having the feeling of like, I was like 3/4 of the way to another level and now I have to start over sucks. And there is still an element of that here, but I think like it feels less to me. I don't want to like invalidate your experience, but to me it feels less bad. It still sucks. That's true.
I will give it the benefit in that it is forgiving in the sense that any mistake that you make, you lose health.
Yeah.
It's not a case of like Dark Souls where one thing can just go hit you, or you fall. Like you fall if you fall down in Hollow Knight, you go back to where you originally was, and you just lose one health.
Yeah.
Rather than actually having to die.
Yeah.
So it is like, I know many Souls spawns that if you fall down, that's it. So it is forgiving in that way.
Yeah.
I feel.
My honest recommendation, if you wanted to get more into like Souls-likey roguelikes, is play the one that I really love, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. That game has some challenging combat, but that game is also very forgiving, and it has some good accessibility settings that can like smooth over some of the edges for you. And that game just rules. It's got some great platforming, and you can do like, Prince of Persia time stuff later in the game. It's great. I highly recommend that game. Yeah. And hey, I guess in conclusion, the meme is right. I did try again, and I did like it. So that's going to do it for our stream. We won't be streaming next week because we're recording a podcast that weekend. And so the next stream that we have scheduled is Sunday, November 2nd, at the same Dutch time, but daylight savings will have happened by then, so we're going to be like writing it down slightly differently in our announcements. I still need to, like, I am aware that this is a thing that needed to happen, and I do, again, appreciate Sesker the reminder this morning about it, but I still need to figure out exactly how I'm going to write it down so that everyone understands what's going on. I think I'm just going to use UCT, Universal Standard Time, which is close to GMT, but not exactly the same, because it's not affected by daylight savings time. And also, Scott lives in a place that doesn't have daylight savings time, which is one of the funniest things about Australia, that some provinces do it and others don't.
Those other provinces are weird, I'll just say that. They're the weird ones, not me.
Honestly, technically GMT isn't affected by daylight savings time either. Okay, so I was wrong about that. But yeah, so it's going to be like slightly screwy. I still need to figure out exactly the notation. But if all goes according to plan, it should still be at the same time that you're used to. Yeah, British summertime. Okay, which is GMT +1. So ideally, it'll still be at the same time that you're used to, but I still need to do a little bit of math and conversion to figure out exactly how we're going to denote that. But the point is, Sunday, November 2nd, at the time you're used to, we're going to try out some Mario and Wario, a game that was recently added to Nintendo Switch Online for the Nintendo Switch 2, because it can use mouse mode on the Joy-Cons, because it used the Famicom mouse in Japan when it was released. Only in Japan.
Yep.
Bubsy stream when... sure, yeah, I'll put it on the calendar. It'll be a moving engagement. So yeah, look for it. I'm okay. The people that banned Bobcats. Yes, all of the... and are those people in the room with us right now? So yeah, look forward to that. We'll have a new episode of Gamepodular Unfocused out between then and now, I hope, depending on how it goes and how busy we are. But we're definitely recording it next week, at the very least. So look forward to that as well. As a reminder, if you like what we do, go to patreon.com/Gamepodular, give us some money there, or good God, co-fee/Gamepodular, and send us money there as well. Go to Gamepodular.com for news, updates, and other content. You'll see our podcasts there. You can subscribe to our podcasts on the podcast feeds and Spotify and Apple Podcasts and wherever you get them. You can join our Discord, which you should be seeing in the chat right now. Shout out to Scott, because I do tend to forget to bring that one up. Have a good one, and we'll talk to you all in the near future. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.